Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Zuhair Hussain. I'm from Department of Civil Engineering from Anjuman Institute of Technology and Management, Bhatkar. Today, I'm going to give a brief presentation on my topic Hyperloop Transportation System. These are the various contents of my presentation: introduction, history, literature review, principle and system, advantages and disadvantages, safety and cost, conclusion and reference. First of all, let me discuss about introduction. Everybody knows that in present world there are different modes of transportation, that may be rail, road, water and air. These mode of transportation tend to be either relatively slow, expensive or both. We all know that because we are seeing in our day-to-day life that aeroplane tickets cost more, and you can see the train, the AC coaches the tickets are very expensive. So in my presentation, Hyperloop. So what is Hyperloop? Hyperloop is a complete new mode of fastest transportation system. Hyperloop is firstly proposed by Elon Musk and a team of engineers from Tesla Motors and Space Exploration Technologies Corporation in 2013. Hyperloop will travel at a speed of more than 700 miles per hour, approximately about 1000 kilometers per hour. Hyperloop will be solar power transportation system, and it will be environment free. Hyperloop will run on elevated tracks, which will composed of a tube. Inside a tube there will be capsules, and the capsule will be atmosphere. It will have atmosphere pressure, and the tube will contain, or the pipe will contain, the pressure which is very low pressure. So basically, this mode of transportation is currently now being proposed, and many organizations and agencies are testing and currently doing various testing on this proposed transportation system. All around the world, many countries has signed deal with many agencies and organizations to include this transportation in their country. The first track was proposed between Los Angeles and San Francisco in 2013 by Elon Musk, and later the demand for this increased and many countries have signed. 2 years ago, Indian city, Mumbai, which was run by Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, he also signed a deal with Hyperloop to propose a track between Pune and Mumbai. So this will come later part in my presentation. So next, what is Hyperloop? Hyperloop will be supported on elevated tracks, as I said, and it will be a magnetically leviated train which runs inside a long tube or pipe. Hyperloop consists of low pressure tubes with capsules that are transported at both low and high speeds. The capsules are supported on a cushion of air featuring pressurized air and aerodynamic lift. The capsules are accelerated via a magnetic linear accelerator affixed at various stations on the low pressure tube with rotors contained in each capsules. The inside capsule will have a capacity to hold 28 passengers, and the passengers may enter and exit Hyperloop at stations located either at ends of the tube or at the branches. This system will fulfill the growing need of transportation alternative, and it will reduce the travel time between the cities which are congested due to traffic. Next, let us discuss about some history of or background of Hyperloop. Hyperloop concept was invented and designed in 1812 by British mechanical engineer George Wenger, and later on polished by various people like George Medhurst in 1827, and later by other peoples during the 19th century. Bachelet introduced the core idea behind magnetically leviating trains as early as 1910. Over the years, these ideas have been further refined, for instance, by the Rand Corporation in 1922 with their very high-speed transportation system. And this Hyperloop was firstly proposed by Elon Musk, who is the current CEO of Tesla Motors and SpaceX. He thought of a dream which would transport the people and the goods at a speed of more than 1000 km per hour. He proposed a Hyperloop Alpha on a white paper. He wrote his ideas, and later during the press conference he gave a brief presentation on his ideas. Next, literature review. I've collected various literature reviews on my Hyperloop topic, but I've included just 4 because of space. Next, principle. Earlier I have mentioned Hyperloop will work on a principle of magnetic levitation. The principle of magnetic levitation is that a vehicle can be suspended and propelled on a guidance track made with magnets. The vehicle on top of the track may be propelled with the help of linear induction motor, as we know that passenger pad travel through low pressure tube, which is pylon supported tube. In Hyperloop system, an air compressor fan is fitted on the front side of pod which sucks the air. It transfers high pressure air front side to the rear side of capsule or pod, and it propels the pod. It creates the air cushion around the pod so that the pod is suspended in air within the tube. On the basis of magnetic levitation principle, the pod will be propelled by a linear induction motor. By the linear induction motor, the capsule sent from one place to another place. The pod will be self-powered, as I have mentioned earlier. Next, let us discuss about the various components of Hyperloop system. There are capsule, tube, propulsion, root. First of all, capsule. Capsule is a sealed capsule which will carry 28 passengers at a time, and there will be two versions of capsules. One is passenger only version and second one is passenger plus vehicle version. Passenger capsule, assuming an average departure time of 2 minutes between capsule, a minimum of 28 passenger per capsule are required to meet 840 passenger per hour. Next, the Hyperloop passenger plus vehicle capsule will depart as often the passenger only version, but will accommodate 3 vehicles in addition to passenger. Next, the capsule will be made of the following components. It will have inlet, compressor fan, air storage, firewall, seating, suspension, and batteries. The solar panels which will be mounted on the above the tracks. The energy stored will be in batteries. The previous figure shows the Hyperloop passenger capsule which was firstly proposed by Elon Musk in his presentation during Hyperloop Alpha, and later the rendering and conceptual design was also made is shown. Next, tube. The main Hyperloop route consists of a partially evacuated cylindrical tube that connects the various cities in a closed loop system. As you can see in the figure, the tube is specifically sized for optimal air flow around the capsule, improving performance and energy consumption at the expected travel speed. The expected pressure inside the tube will be maintained around 0.015 psi, which is about 1/6 of pressure on Mars or 1/1000 pressure on Earth. In order to minimize the cost of Hyperloop, it will be elevated on pillars, which greatly reduce the footprints required on the ground and size of the construction area required. Thanks to the small pillar footprints and maintaining the route as close as possible to currently operated highways. Next, the geometry of the tube will depend upon the choice of the passenger version of Hyperloop or passenger plus version of Hyperloop. Next, The stations are isolated from the main tube as much as possible in order to limit air leaks into the system. The tube will be constructed at a minimum cost and a uniform thickness steel tube reinforced with selected as the material of choice for inner diameter tube. Tube will be fabricated and installed between pillar supports spaced at 30 meters or 100 feet on average, varying slightly. Next, the tube will be supported by pillars which constrain the tube in the vertical direction but allow longitudinal slip for thermal expansion as well as damped lateral slip to reduce the risk proposed by earthquakes. Next, this figure shows the first mode of shape of Hyperloop at 2.71 Hz and various mode of shape were conducted before constructing. And the second is maximum shear stress at 1 gram inertia. So these are the tests which were analyzed in Hyperloop Alpha. Next, we discuss about routes. The Hyperloop will be capable of traveling between Los Angeles and San Francisco in approximately 35 minutes. This requirement tends to size other portions of the system given the performance specification of the Hyperloop. A route has been devised to satisfy these design requirements. The Hyperloop should be based on several conditions as mentioned in the slide. It will be first is maintaining the tube as closely as possible, limiting the maximum capsule speed about 760 miles per hour, limiting acceleration on the passengers to 0.5 gravity, optimizing location of the linear motor tubes sections driving capsule, and local geographical constraints such as national parks or rail airports. The picture shows the two routes, that is first one is from Los Angeles and Las Vegas. This is another route which was proposed after the first route, and the second picture shows the route between Delhi and Mumbai. This was the second route in India proposed in 2019. So let us discuss now Hyperloop in India. First of all, as I have mentioned, in 2 years ago, the Mumbai government has signed a deal with Hyperloop 1 to propose a route between Mumbai and Pune that is handled by and operated by Pune Metropolitan Regional Development Authority, and the second one is which is proposed in 2019, that is Delhi Mumbai Hyperloop corridor. So first of all, the image shows the various comparison between the air travel, car travel, bus travel, train travel and Hyperloop travel. This comparison between the time is different. The proposed Hyperloop will take the least time among the other transportation modes. So let us discuss about something between Delhi Mumbai Hyperloop corridor. As a second route proposed, currently between Delhi and Mumbai, the travel time is approximately about more than 10 hours. If Hyperloop succeed to propose and to construct a route, then the travel time will reduce to 3 hours and 52 minutes. Hyperloop mission is to connect Indian cities and to form a high-speed transportation link powered by Hyperloop technology. To execute the project, it is important to recognize the regions which are in need of such technology. So, therefore, to fulfill this, Delhi-Mumbai Hyperloop corridor was established. Delhi-Mumbai is the busiest domestic air route in India and the seventh busiest in world. The traffic is only expected to increase in upcoming years. This route will travel along the different cities of India. That is, firstly it will start from Mumbai, then it will reach to Delhi, and between it will hold on. It will also travel to Jaipur, Indore, etc. Next, this will have an impact in Indian economy because it will generate more employment opportunities. The Hyperloop will, due to the Hyperloop, the infrastructure will increase and the cities will be developed and the business opportunities will increase. Next, India's need for Hyperloop, because India is considered to be the 21st century is supposed to be India's, as everyone knows, but this ongoing process of urbanization would create huge stress in the existing cities, which are already unable to support the rapid growth with poor infrastructure. Now, let us discuss something about this advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of this transportation system is it saves the traveling time. There is no problem of traffic. It is powered by solar panel. It can travel in any kind of weather. Cost of Hyperloop is low and it is more convenient. It can resistant to earthquake. It is pollution free. It is lightweight and it can travel at a speed of more than 760 miles per hour. And the disadvantages will be turning will be critical, less movable space for passengers because of the tube will be of around 2 meters in diameter, and high cost of fabrication and complex repair procedure. Next, we will discuss about safety and cost. The design of Hyperloop has been considered from the start with the safety in mind. Unlike other modes of transportation, Hyperloop is a single system that incorporates the vehicle, propulsion system, energy management, timing, and route. Some of the safety scenarios below are discussed. That is on-board passenger emergency, power outage, earthquake, human-related incident, capsule depressurization. On-board passenger emergency. All capsule would have direct radio contact with the station operators in case of emergencies, allowing passengers to report any incident, to request help, and to receive assistance. In addition, all capsule would be fitted with the first aid equipment. Next, power outage. The vast majority of Hyperloop travel distance is spent costing, and so the capsule does not require continuous power to travel. Hyperloop capsule will be fitted with a mechanical braking system to bring capsule safely to stop. Next, earthquake. Hyperloop capsule would be remotely commanded to actuate their mechanical emergency braking system. than human-related incident, Hyperloop would feature the same high level of security used at airports. However, the regular departure of Hyperloop capsule would result in steadier and faster flow of passengers through security screening compared to airports. Okay, now let us discuss about the cost. The total cost of Hyperloop transportation system is outlined is less than $6 billion US dollars, and the various cost of components is given in the next slide as mentioned in the slide. The capsule cost, capsule structure, doors, interiors, compressor, batteries, propulsion. This cost is for Hyperloop passenger transportation system. Next one more, it is same. It would cost more than slightly more, that is 7.5 US dollars. 7.5 billion US dollars, that will be for Hyperloop passenger plus vehicle transportation system. Next, conclusion. Now we will conclude that this will be the first transportation system which will run that is more than approximately 1000 km per hour, and Hyperloop will greatly have an impact on this current world because it will mainly reduce the travel time because of the congestion and traffic. The travel time has increased from cities to cities, so this system would greatly have an impact in the world. So conventional means of transportation tend to mix of expensive, slow and environmentally harmful. Road travel is particularly problematic given carbon emissions, and the price of oil is increasing as the environmental dangers of energy consumption continues to worsen the mass transit. Hyperloop is considered an open space transportation concept, and it will have the maximum safety features and it will improve the passenger capacity. These are my reference, and we hope that this transportation system will be a real in coming future. And the tests are being conducted by various organizations, as I have said. In Nevada desert in USA, a test track has been constructed and the various tests are being conducted. Thank you.